Well, death and taxes. I can think of something else that's certain. It's going to be a busy holiday travel season.
You'll be concerned about getting there and back safely, but in this day and age, there's more to think about.
And here with that, the safety mom, Alison Jacobson.
Hello.
Hey, Alison, welcome back.
It's been a while since
you.
we've had you on this couch.
I know, it was summer. So now here we are looking at snow.
Our set looks a little different now.
Yeah, right.
Good to see you.
Good to
Before
see
we
you.
get to travel, let's stay close to home. What's your safety heads up here?
Well, you know, there's a lot of safety heads up, and it depends on ages and stages of your kids. But you know what? A lot of the gifts we're going to be getting are electronics for our kids. So a lot to think about when you're bringing them into the home about cyber safety.
Like what? Because you know a lot of parents don't even understand the threats to know what to protect their kids against. What do you give them the notice about?
Well, what's interesting, first of all, is make sure you understand when you're giving them a gift or they're getting an electronic gift, they could be playing with somebody anywhere in the world. Okay, they may think they're playing with their friend that they met next door, but it really could be some 50-year-old guy.
Well, and that's a concept hard for some parents to understand.
Right.
Because sometimes you think they're just playing with the computer.
Exactly.
Remember when I was a little
younger.
we
You
play
were
against
young.
the
It
computer.
was different.
Yeah,
it was
right.
different.
Right.
Exactly. So first thing is, don't let them put their picture up there with the game. Have an avatar instead. Make sure they're not communicating with someone online, giving them address or anything like that. And here's a tip too. Make sure you're protecting your Wi-Fi, okay? Make sure you've got good firewalls in, because all of a sudden if you notice, you know, that your data is going up, it could be that somebody's tapping in. You could get a virus.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that can happen. So you've got to make sure that you really understand about your Wi-Fi and your data usage as well. It's a lot of data that you've got going, but make sure you understand that it's protected.
What is there anything you can do before you start to see like the data stuff that you're talking about? Like do it before those problems creep up.
So you want to make sure you have it all password protected. You want to make sure you've got the firewalls up so that this doesn't happen. Make sure you've got your Wi-Fi password protected, because if not, you know, literally anybody driving by could grab your Wi-Fi. They can get into your financial information, personal information, and think about when anybody's coming over. So if you've got 4 14-year-olds playing at your house, all of a sudden they could be getting into your personal information.
Even in Omaha, Nebraska, because I think this is something you see it on the news and you go, well, of course that happened in New York or in California, but here in the middle of the country, we're good.
Well, and that's the other thing. You get lulled into a false sense of security. Now, the other thing you've got to make sure is when you're shopping online, make sure you're going to reputable sites. Just because you find something that's $50 off, buyer beware, coming from China, you don't really know where you're getting it from, and it also could be a scam. And here's the other thing. So if you're going to be out at Starbucks or at your coffee shop, make sure you're using your Wi-Fi and it's protected. Don't use open Wi-Fi, because again,
like the airport.
Yes, anybody could be getting your financial information. So really important to think about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you brought up a good point about shopping online. Make sure those websites are legitimate, because you get sucked in by social media. They'll put a link on social media, you'll click it, and then all of a sudden you're at this website you don't know about.
Exactly. So make sure you understand about your Wi-Fi. Make sure that you understand how you're using technology in your home too. So you've got home monitoring systems, you've got home alerts. Make sure that whenever you're tapping in to do something online, you're protected.
And I want to take a second to talk about that, because when we travel, a lot of people are going to be gone for the holidays.
Right.
We're taking a trip after the holidays. You want to know what's going on at home. So what do you, in terms of technology, there's so many new things out there that we need to be aware of.
So one thing, don't post pictures and don't say all over, you know, Facebook, hey, I'm going away, come on in, rob my house, right? But seriously, you really want to have home automation systems where you're not just like having one light go on here, one light going on there. You know, with a home automation system like Cox Home Life, you can schedule things at different times, and if somebody's coming to your front door, you can see it from wherever you are. So you want to make sure that when you're traveling, you're protecting your home, and it's not just alarm systems. Think about the thermostat. You could save money with home automation systems too.
And having packages delivered. You know, I just saw on social media yesterday somebody had you know, complaining about having a package swiped off the front of their door. So could you even use it for something like that to know if the delivery person showed up and you're not like having to track the package every minute?
So you can see who's coming to your front door, but here's even better. If you've got a special gift coming for your kids and they don't know it, and all of a sudden it's at your front door and you're coming home, you don't want them to see it. So you can actually have your neighbor say, hey, there's a good package. Can you go grab it? So you can use it for good and for bad, but it's power.
No, it's all good.
Exactly.
No, Alison, it's all
I want to
good.
back up a second, because when you talk about home automation, automation, it's really easy to start mixing and matching all these different things and not knowing what you're getting into, because you're going to build your system. I think safetymom.com is probably a good place to start.
Safetymom.com, you can go, you can check it out, you can find out how you can use home automation. So I have Cox Home Life, but what you can do is figure out how you need to build things. They'll come out and do it. And actually, home automation system, great Christmas present if you have elderly parents or pets.
So how would you get that started?
So you know what, you can just go to safetymom.com. I have understanding, you know, how to get it. But if you have Cox, you can use Home Life. It's awesome.
I love that idea as a gift, because that's love.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's saying,
it is.
Yeah, let's make life a little bit easier on you.
And peace of mind.
Right. Do you need another pair of gloves? I don't know.
Or a scarf, right?
Maybe this is what you're looking for. Allison, great to have you back.
Good to see you.
And have an
Have a
awesome
good
Christmas.
holiday.
You too.
Thank you. And the Morning Blend continues after this.